And we are back with a react and some great breaking news out there. Some crazy news, which we did expect probably sometime throughout 2021, but been a lengthy break for a man who now returns. That being none other than Dizzy himself makes a return on Twitter. Before I, of course, pique your interest there, Pete, in case you guys did miss it, just announced this morning, he tweets out saying, "I'm coming back." And with the explanation, he said, "It's been a while. First of all, I just wanted to let everyone know that I am okay and that I appreciate every single individual who reached out to me. I've taken a long break from streaming to help better myself. When I suddenly stopped streaming, I felt lost. I felt like I wasn't performing and felt like I just let everyone down with my constant breaks and inconsistent play. I felt I had just burnt myself out. Around the time of Byron's passing, which is Reckful's passing last year, we unfortunately talked about and happened over there as well. With that passing, you guys saw his last tweets around this. Certainly was hurt by that. He said, I was thinking about him the night before and waking up the next morning to the news, I was heartbroken. I fell into a depressed state and just needed some time to myself. I needed a hiatus for my mental health. I've been slowly recovering and I feel like I'm ready to come back to streaming and plan on playing mainly Valorant. I've also decided I'm going to start streaming on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I look forward to being back. I missed you guys. I'll be going live today and returning at 4 p.m. Eastern. Dizzy." And so far, tons of replies about this. You and me obviously very excited as well to see him finally return to the scene.
I mean, he hasn't streamed anything since I think June. So it's
I believe
been
it was July, yeah.
Yeah, maybe July 2nd was like his last stream.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it was Valorant. And it's wild to me to think that he went from Apex to being like undoubtedly the best Apex player probably in the world.
I would say most notable, right? It's
Most notable, most winning. Whenever he competed,
early on
there was
Apex days.
like odds are he was going to take it. But you know, Apex is what Apex is. But he always has been amazing at most FPS games. And he picked up Valorant right away. He was showing off some crazy stuff in Valorant.
And he was automatically a prospect in Valorant because of his
for every team.
because of his success with Apex and his move to Twitch. He blew up on Twitch, and then the face reveal, everything around him. Obviously, a very, very talented individual, and whatever he does do, he has seen success so far. And so I guess the reason we're talking about this, an obvious welcome back to him, because we have seen a long list of names take breaks, especially over the course of 2020. So it's great to at least have one of those guys back. We can expect maybe some TSM boys and Hamlin and Daquan to make a return later this year, we can hope, but it really shows how important mental health is, especially in the space we're in right now and during a pandemic. Everyone's online, usually keeping to themselves. A social aspect has been taken away from gaming and LAN environments and certainly has affected a lot of people differently. So it's great to see Dizzy come back, and as he does say, playing mainly Valorant, the question automatically enters your mind. He's no longer with NRG. They did part ways, so we'll see if he is going to be streaming Valorant. I think he'll be likely a popular name in the Valorant category on Twitch.
Yeah, he would have to be, and that's the big question.
Does that mean an organization? I mean, obviously eyes are on him now. Does he sign back to NRG? Who offers him? Does he want to compete again? It seems maybe not so much, but at the very least, we see organizations signing streamers day in and day out. The question's got to be asked, you know, who's got eyes on him?
That's the thing, yeah. If he thought he was good enough, and he definitely was, he was pulling in numbers to just be a streamer outside of any organization, like to go on his own the way that like Ninja did or some of the other big names have done before. And he pulled that off when his main game was Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Valorant, much more popular game than Apex is.
And we've seen a rise of a lot of names.
We've seen a lot of names, and you got to also respect, like we touched on it, but to take 6 months off during this pandemic time, which is a time while very stressful, where most streamers are seeing real big growth, to prioritize your own mental health and be like, listen, I'm going to give away a ton of followers. I'm going to give away a ton of subs, but I need to for myself, for my mental well-being. Like, you have to respect that, and I hope that layoff does not. I hope he comes back real strong from this layoff because he deserves it.
Yeah, that's an incredible point to make. You think about 6 months, a span of time, compare him to all the streamers out there, even competitors. Think about the money he put past, and he prioritized mental health to easily drop at least 6 figures, right? He prioritized mental health over that much money. Obviously, that big of a concern for him. He deserves nothing but a swell comeback, and he should have one. And you've seen the rise of Valorant streamers like Hiko and Mixwell and Wardell. These names have taken off. We can only hope Dizzy does join them, and we'll see what his future plans are. But of course, a huge welcome back to Dizzy. He is now back to streaming on Twitch, and Valorant will be his main game. We'll catch you guys back here in the next one.
Oh, I should have made a joke about how it's nice to see a Valorant streamer or a Valorant player that wouldn't be like a CS:GO boomer.
Oh, that's true. But he does have a CS background. But technically Apex. Yeah. That was.
I think it's still good.
Still smooth as always.
Yeah.
I was surprised I read the words in the Twitlonger right. I was expecting a couple things.